So sweet. He's a doctor. I'm a doctor. I can help you. You can trust me. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. A professional. I studied medicine at a good school. Take your clothes off. Put them on that chair. This might sting a bit. Of course I care. Take your clothes off. Put them anywhere. Let me lock this door. Okay. Take this pill up. Take this other pill up. Take this pill up. Open your mouth. Don't bite down. This won't take long. But who knows, it might. I'm a doctor. I can fix you. No need to worry. Elven doctor. I'm a doctor. Sent from outer space. I can cure you. Let me lick your face. Now, I'm gonna need you to hold me. I'm gonna put myself on my side, you get on your side, and then you just kind of spoon me from behind. It's good for the circulation. It also promotes, what is it, anything you want it to. On a level from 1 to 10, how handsome do you think I am? Ouch is not a number. I'm a doctor. Ha. The doctor, unlike the president. I'm a doctor. I write prescriptions. I can change the world. I can change the world. I am the world. Do you understand? Look at my white coat. There's nothing on it. I'm perfect. What you into? What would you do? Sneak in and do. My pants are see-through. My mom's milk-free. I got a tattoo of a rowing crew. I'm not a whore. I'm not a dancer. Ring my phone, you will get no answer. I'm not a pig, but I oink. I got kids, but that's not the point. I could bend you. I could bend you. I could bend you. 'Cause I know kung fu. I can bend you. I can dixie cup. I won't let you break. 'Cause I know what's up. I could bend you. 'Cause I know kung fu. Kung Fu. Makes me stress. My toes don't fit, and neither does my dress. The frosting on the cake makes my heart weak. The ornaments and decorations I can barely take. The band sounds like shit. I wish they would quit. All they play are covers can suck me down. I can bring my house down. I can be the right sound. I would surely be the man if they let me be the man. Crawling in flames, and hundreds of suns, emotions. You're sensitive to me. I eat and drink too much. I become a sobbing cow who could use a salt and punch from my cow. Have some sense in, not to mention. My penis has an erection, it's a small one. And kind of crooked. It doesn't bend well. I think it's stupid. Now I want to ask for a single white man who are branding on the ride. Brown cheer, brown wine. Voices in the air. It takes one affair to take this perfect union and make it one big air. Till death do they part. Good luck with that. He'll become a drunk. She'll become fat.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Pretty good.
Right on. Right on. Hey, that shit's in your face. Had to do it. I had to do it. What's your name, man?
My name's David.
David, man. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Are you the facilitator of this show, or?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. That'd be Panda.
Oh, the Panda. Yeah, where is Panda?
I'm over here. I'm getting dressed.
Coffee. Got it.
I'm listening to you guys make friends.
Nice.
Panda will be out in a minute. She's indisposed.
Hey, did
Well, Megan's gonna come out first, and then I'm gonna come out, and we're gonna have a party.
Did she tell you a little bit of the story, or what? What?
No, Megan didn't tell him anything.
Who?
No.
Joe,
Megan?
this is David. David, this is Joe.
Oh, hey, David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
But you can start telling them your story.
Yeah.
I like stories.
It's long. All right. Here's the full story. So I worked for this company for probably about 8 years. And while I was with this company, I met this girl, and like I flirted with her, and like we never did anything. And then finally she gave me her number, and like we went out, and like we were texting like all the time. Everything was going good, and then her son got killed in a hit and run car accident. And like things just went crazy after that. So are you able to hear?
Yeah, I'm in here. Tell him, David. I'm just listening.
All right.
This is Megan. Panda's in the other room now. But Megan, I'm just listening.
All right. So her son died, and like we worked together, and like at that time only like my closest friend at the time, like only he knew, and that I was dating her. And then finally, little by little, like people started like hearing the rumors, and they were knowing what was going on. And then I don't know what happened, but they all turned their backs on me. Like they started talking shit about me. They started talking shit about her, and I got pissed off, dude, because I'm like, dude, she just lost her kid, and you guys are gonna start some shit like that. Like it fucking blew my mind. So I I turned my backs on them, and they were like, "Oh my God, Dave said something like the Dave's a fucking asshole." So while all of the work thing is happening, she started telling me that she was like, when she was laying down, like there was something on top of her, and it was scaring her. And I was like, "What? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that's fucking crazy." And so she started telling me that, and then a little bit later, like we ended up breaking up. Like just things weren't working out. So like I was crushed. I was like heartbroken, and I hadn't been like that since like a kid. You know, like you know how you get those little crushes, and like you get your heart broken. Like I fucking felt that. Like it sucked. Um, so when that happened, I started following this comedian. This is how it happened. I started following this comedian, and like she was joking, but then it was weird because like it's like she knew what happened. So in my mind, I'm having some form of psychosis, right? Where I'm like, oh, like everybody's talking about me, everybody knows, you know. So I'm going through this issue, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Like how does she know, you know? And so while that happens, um, I start hearing things, or like not really hearing things, but like something was telling me like, yeah, I'm gonna show you something. Like I'm gonna show you a sign. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, this is crazy. Like I am tripping out. But I'm trying to keep my cool because I'm like, man, people are gonna think I'm fucking nuts, you know? And so one night I'm sleeping, and I had turned off I don't know why the fuck I did it. I turned off my electricity, and the only thing that was going on was my cable box. My cable box was flashing. So while it was flashing, I look, and there's like a freaking like it looked like a demon, but like a shadow. And it looked at me, and it had a big ass grin on its face. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because it was just like a second, like a flashing, like when you blink your eye, and it went away. So I'm like, damn, man, that's fucking nuts. So I went back to sleep. I didn't think nothing of it. So about about a week or two later, my kid goes, Dad, I seen this thing looking at me. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Because to me, it was like I was already experiencing the psychosis, right? Where I was like, oh, having mental issues. But how did he see it? That was my deal, where I was like, whoa, this isn't fucking happening. Like the two people aren't supposed to see the same thing. Like when somebody's having some form of mental problems, it's just to them and not to anybody else, right? So I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? Like this can't be real. So I'm like, oh my God, you seen that too, son? I'm like, okay, well, we just got to start praying, son. Like we pray, and hopefully this thing will just go away, and we don't have to worry about it. And then the next thing that happened was and meanwhile all this stuff is like, I'm like, I could hear like weird shit. It was weird to even explain. It was what, like somebody was like talking to me, and I'm like, man, I'm fucking going nuts. I don't even know what to do, man. And I'm going out of my room, and I look in the closet, and there's like a face fucking watching me. And I'm like, I just like walked out, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? And I went back, and the face was gone. And I'm like, but I clearly seen it. So I'm like, oh my God, man, I'm going through some shit. Like, what the fuck? So I have my kids every weekend. So my kids came that weekend, and then my son wakes up and he's like, Dad, there's somebody watching me in the closet. And I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell? What the hell, dude? Like, I mean, if I saw it alone, it would be one thing, but if in the way he saw it, it was like, I couldn't believe it, man. I really couldn't believe it. It's not even him. It was like, I have two boys. I have twin boys, and they both saw it. It was fucking nuts. So, so fast forward, like now everything is going good. There hasn't been any issues. The kids are doing fine. They're back in school. It's nuts. And one thing I could prove, like that they were watching me, or while this person was watching me, because it's on their website. It's crazy. Like I could prove it. Like they were watching my shit. That goes back to like the first thing where hey,
Hey,
there
so
she is.
everybody's watching this, right? I'm like, no one has anything to say about any of this.
That's fucking awesome, Megan.
But this is David, everybody. Joe already met David. But
How's it going?
he's interesting. I'm so into this kind of stuff, and it's Halloween, so David's here for our Halloween party. Hey, Helena, will you tell Mateo to check his Instagram DMs?
Yeah, I'm texting him right now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You guys continue talking or singing or whatever you want to do.
No, tell the story. I'm so into this now. Keep going, please.
Right? It's interesting. That's why I was like, come on the show.
Like to go in depth on like what I was about that they were watching me is that it was a specific person that started going through my phone and like reading my shit, right? Have you ever been hacked? Anybody?
I'm sure at some point or another, but it never like robbed my identity or anything. But yeah, I have technically.
So-
anytime you get something where people send it to other people and it looks like it came from you, you were hacked. But there's a lot of different degrees of being hacked. Some where it's like kind of harmless. In fact, I don't think there's really a good way of being hacked, but they just go into your whatever Facebook or MySpace or emails and then message all your other contacts or get their information. But as long as nothing is stolen, I consider it a win. But what about that?
I mean, what I had to say about that is a while back, or when I first had a cell phone, digital, like upgraded, let's say Apple phone or whatever, at some time I saw my screen go back and it ended up showing me like different screenshots of what I had been browsing. So it's like your screen, let's say your screen now, your picture goes back and it's like do you understand what I'm saying? Like just something like the Zoom, like it starts throwing like different screenshots. So that came up and I'm like, fuck, I haven't had that in a while. So I being a dumbass at the time, I like started writing back on my screen, and they were like, "Holy fuck, he saw me. He saw what we were doing." and and they put it on their fucking internet. Like, but it was like something was telling me that that was happening. So I don't know if both of those things are connected, that they were just whatever it was, however it went down. I mean, what pissed me off is that my kids had to deal with that. They were shocked, man. And I could put it up on my personal my Instagram, where I'm talking to them, and I'm like, my kids have no, they're not scripted or anything. We're just talking, and I'm like, hey, do you remember what happened? And they'll start talking about it. They're like,
Monster mash. The monster mash. The monster mash. The monster mash. The monster mash. Welcome to the Being Wrong Show Halloween party. I'm Panda. Hi, everybody.
It was a nice little there, John.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey,
Welcome,
Panda.
everybody. We have some new friends tonight on the Ding Rong Show. We're going to have a good time because it's Halloween. But first, we're all going to sing happy birthday to Helena. Everybody ready?
ready.
Everybody ready?
Not yet. Let me get the right music for it.
Okay.
Dave, I just want to say while we're waiting for John here, that was an incredibly riveting story.
It
I
was
can
a really
actually-
good story.
Away from it.
I'll ask questions in a second, but let's not wait on Panda here. Let's get ready. So we'll count it in. Here we go.
John is correct.
Haha.
We will ask questions and we will talk about what David was talking about. And we will talk about all kinds of things, whatever any of you want to talk about. Because it's Halloween party and Helena's birthday party.
Panda, you and I are like Mike and Ike. We think alike. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday. Take one. 1, 2, 3. Happy
Birthday
to you. Happy birthday.
birthday to you. Happy
birthday, dear Helena. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
That was
Yeah,
Thank you all so much.
Awesome.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna go get Megan, and then John, will you play another drum solo?
I would love to.
Thank you. I'll be
Awesome.
back, everybody.
Hi, Panda. I was the only one that got to hear all of Dave's story.
Well, you know what?
Like,
I want to know, and I'm going to just ask while I'm playing the drums, where did the spirits come from?
I didn't know any better. There was a cat. A cat.
So
Beautiful.
where did
I
the
like your
David?
drum playing.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Megan Seuss, Miss Doctor
Oh yeah, you noticed.
Doctor
I'm the
Megoose.
cat in the hat tonight.
Heyo.
I have goldfish bag earrings because in the, there's the goldfish in the bowl in the book.
That is incredibly thought through.
Super cute.
Do what
I
I
love it.
can.
One fish, two fish, green fish, blue fish.
Okay.
So Dave, how did the spirit come about? Was it like the Amityville Horror and it just showed up, or
I think he came when that girl lost her son.
Yep.
And who was she? So
She-
you think it was the son who was the spirit?
So see, yeah, exactly.
I think it might have been because my son tells me that the spirit talked to him and told him protect the family.
Protect it from what? Him?
I have no clue. But that the spirit came to him and told him protect the family.
Have you ever woken up with like scratches or bruises?
No, ma'am.
Oh, that's good.
And that's what the conclusion was, is that as long as it wasn't hurting
Yeah.
me or well, as long as they wasn't hurting the kids.
Yeah. Are like
Yeah.
light bulbs exploding or anything? Nothing like that.
Nothing like
Oh.
that.
And
Well,
did
see,
it?
it seems
Yeah,
safe
well-
for you.
Well, there was the one incident with the rock. There is no way that rock could have just like thrown itself. It was on the corner of my bed, and it was a heavy rock that my kid made from church, and I'm going to my cable box or right near my TV stand, and the thing just like threw itself on the floor,
Yeah.
and there's no way that could have happened. And
You
that's
had
what I'm
something
talking-
fall on your face recently too, didn't you? Like
Oh,
at
that
work.
was yeah, somebody I was working with, he loosened a bracket and he left it loose, and he was like, oh yeah, there's nothing there, and he dropped it on my face.
Yeah. Did your lights just go out?
Yeah, I'm in my truck. I don't want anybody.
Oh,
to
so
get
that
me.
wasn't
Yeah,
that was just car. That was normal.
yeah, I know.
Hey,
I was like,
I mean,
oh.
this sounds destructive to me. I mean, this is kind of getting a little scary here.
It's-
It was.
Yeah, because Joe doesn't even believe in ghosts. So for Joe to be saying this.
Yeah.
I never believed in ghosts. I've had like a real religious idea where you're always being watched and facilitated at all times, and like if you really pay close attention to people, there's always watching you. The psyche of like an angel. Let's just say it like that. Something or somebody's always watching you.
Yeah.
And giving you that attention. And so when this thing came, I was like, whoa, I'm experiencing something crazy. I need help, but I was trying to like still function. What ended up happening at work was I got terminated. They terminated me, and I had been there for 8 years. Like all my friends turned their backs on me. Like shit was messed up.
Why did you get terminated? On what grounds?
When COVID hit, they said I was being a menace. So what ended up happening was like those guys who were talking shit about that girl got me mad. So I ended up telling them like between them, like, you know what, you guys are wrong. What ended up all right, here the full thing is that some guy grabbed his balls and fucking wiped it on my shirt. You motherfucker. But he was an old man. So what am I gonna do? Beat him up? Beat up an old man? No, right? So I ended up taking off my work shirt. I'm a diesel mechanic, so I work on big rig. I fucking took off my shirt, and my manager's right there, and I'm like, hey dude, this motherfucker just rubbed his balls and put that shit on my shirt. And he was just like, oh, like get back to work. And the manager, my supervisor, saw it and he didn't say anything. So I was like, you know what? Fuck all you guys, you fucking fucking bastards. That old man had been coming up to me and telling me, you fucking bitch for that whole week. And I'm like, you know what? After all the things that I'm going through right now, with me and my friend, like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We worked in the same department. She worked in the same department. And this is a fucking billion-dollar corporation. So it's not like I'm fucking working at a mom and pop shop. So I'm like, you guys need to fucking straighten up, dude, because this sucks. I mean, she just lost somebody. I'm close to her, and we're going through this fucking shit together at this time. And you guys are gonna like talk about her like this. You guys are gonna talk about me like this. So I ended up having a union dispute with about tools that we have. So they give us an allowance for our tools. So I went up into the office and we started talking about it because our union representative said that they were no longer going to cover our tools. So I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, this guy comes up to me telling me that I'm supposed to take home my tools. Like, fuck no, I ain't taking home my tools. I spent a lot of money. I got 11 grand in fucking tools, which is nothing when the tools are high grade. I'm like, that's nothing, dude. I mean, this is my investment here. I'm not taking it home. And they were like, well, that's our stance. We're not going to give you an allowance. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, dude. You know what? Fuck them. Fuck those guys. And I ended up telling them what happened. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit. You guys, have no idea what I'm going through right now. And they're like, whoa, buddy. Like, tell us what's going on. And I told them. They had me write a statement. And at the end, like, one of the fixed operations manager was like, hey, if you don't drop this right now, you and the other guy are going to get fired. And I'm like, fuck you. Why am I going to get fired? And he was like, no, I'm just telling you. I know how this company works. It's a big corporation. We're not going to just fucking let it go. Like, we're both of you are going to get fired. I'm like, fucking fire me then, dude. It's a lawsuit. Fuck you guys. And not those words, of course. And they ended up starting to like nitpick at what I was doing at work. So I made a case. It's a California Department of Employment and Housing. You could file a case right there, and it gives you 180 days to file. And so I placed a file in February, and then they started nitpicking my shit. And then finally, COVID hit, and one of the employees that worked there, the lady, she just like real fucking foul mouth. She got bigger balls than everybody in that shop. She has foul mouth, acts like a dude, of course, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But she can't, and I'm like, whoa, you know what? I mean, she's complaining about like, oh, we don't have PPE to be working. We shouldn't be working. I'm like, hey, relax. Like, it's a fact of life. We're all gonna die sometime. And she's like, you motherfucker. And she just starts blowing up in my face. And then that wasn't the only one. I'm smoking inside the shop, and which one of the master technicians does there. He smokes in the shop, and they allow it. But when I did it, they were like, oh, no, fuck that guy. They had the foreman come over to me and tell me, hey, turn off your cigarette. So I said, yeah, all right, sure, no problem. And the guy ended up saying like, what, you calling me a liar? Because you're not smoking? What? Hispanic, like barely speaks any English. You call me a liar? And I'm like, man, I'm not calling you a fucking liar. I put it out. And he starts walking up to me, like all pissed off. And I'm like, don't walk up to me. I'll tell you that now. That other fucking asshole, I put his balls in. You guys the company didn't do shit. Because they didn't do nothing. At the end of it, they were like, hey, everybody go back to work. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened. So that guy came up to me and he was just like, and I told him, don't fucking come up to me. And then after that, oh my God, David said something. Oh, no, we can't have this. So at the end of they moved my toolbox in the middle of a walkway to be assholes. And then the next thing, they spit in my cup of water.
That's assault.
They spit in my cup of water. I drank it.
Fuck that shit, bro.
I drank
I
it.
can't believe this is happening present day.
Wait, it's not over though. I drank it. I looked and I'm like, motherfucker, these assholes. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? DNA swab it, test it? So I threw it away, right? But at the end, 2 days later, I had a union meeting with the company. So I brought it up. I'm like, you know what? After all the things I'm going through, I also had spit in my cup. And they're like, oh, well, can you prove it? And I'm like, they're like, show us the video, show us the video.
Oh
They
my
get
God.
They get me in there, the security system. The video's edited. They edited the
What?
video.
Those
Well,
motherfuckers.
tampering with evidence is what just happened then.
They edited the video, man.
Oh, dude. That's
Do you want to say what company this is?
Yeah, I mean,
It's public.
yeah, it's public. It's
Yes.
well, you know what? I have a lawsuit right now.
Well,
Are
then
you
just
allowed
maybe
to?
to see
keep the
yourself.
keep it on the DL until
Yeah,
the
if you have a
Yeah, I have a
lawsuit
lawsuit.
going,
violate
don't
that.
say it.
You know,
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow, though.
but
What-
to add to this is that my brother is a regional manager at this company.
There?
Yes.
You definitely don't want to say the company's
Are
name.
you and your brother getting along right now?
Well, when this happened, he was like, "Dude, what the fuck, Dave?" Like, cause I'm just a regular worker, like making a way above minimum, but I mean, he's making what, like a fucking close to 150 a year for what he does, and with a high school diploma. So I mean, he's just real efficient at what he does and numbers and everything. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he came the minute the video hit, or that incident, he came to the house and he was like, yeah, he threw my past at me. He was like, you were probably fucking high when this happened. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you used to get high. Remember you used to get high? And you used to act the way. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, what does that have to do? I hate that you used to do stuff like.
Oh yeah, dude, I was a big
do that.
time drug addict. Yeah, so what? I mean, yeah, it happened.
Right.
Like, and I moved on. And it's been like close to 15 years. But for him to come at me and say that, like I didn't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, are you really gonna come at me like that, Michael? I mean, I fucking can't believe it, man.
Yeah.
So after that, a little bit after that, the incident with that lady came, and that dude, and then they were like, oh, we're only gonna give you 5 minutes to get all your tools, and if not, we're gonna have you physically escorted. I'm like, man, this is fucking bullshit. Like, so I went to a doctor for anxiety, for stress relief, and then what is it, Jennifer, March, April, May 4th, I was terminated. But I had already got the stress leave,
Right.
the medical, so they would fire on that terms while I'm in a medical leave. That's, I mean, wrongful termination. Yeah, so I mean, all that's going on. The girl, that, and then this with
And you're seeing ghosts, dude? Fuck.
yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah,
I don't know if this is bad juju, but if
totally.
the ghosts are cool, if the ghosts are cool with you, is there a way to turn the ghosts over to them? I'm just, trying to think in a karmic
and
kind
we
of
haven't
way.
even determined if the ghosts are really cool or not, because I mean,
You know,
rocks are getting thrown,
the
and
old me
might be good.
thought like that. That I would have been that asshole to be like, you know what, fuck those people, put it on them. But and even the girl, like, 'cause me and her kind of had like a bad falling out, and like I fucking was crushed, my heart broken. Like, it sucked. I'll be honest. Like, I was fucking crying, and that like all the fucking time. Like, I was constantly crying, and it was like, fuck, dude, all this shit hurts. Like, especially with what I was going through at work. And like, I think what happened even came to me there at work, because I started hearing things there that when they were doing all that shit to me, something was telling me, like, relax, David, like, just let it happen. What the fuck? Like, that's crazy. But the old me would have been an asshole, would have been like, fuck that, put that juju on them, or found some way to just be like, yeah, I hate them. I hate all them. I hate them to the core, and just like, fuck them. Where do they live? I'll slash their tires, or did something stupid like that, throw a bottle at them, or and
I got
that's
a
just not.
No, sorry to interrupt, Dave. I got a question. Being that you're a mechanic, because I've known people who are specialists in a lot of different fields, and when you get a specialist in pick your field, they can do practically anything that one can imagine. Like IT techs, if you could think of it, they could do it. And my question is, like, for example, if a truck that you were working on was parked outside your manager's office and, like the rear wheels were like facing the office, is there a way if you were fixing the engine, like when a driver, well, I guess these trucks they're all like standard transmissions, so it would not work this way. But like if there was a car, for example, that once it went into drive, somehow drive was modified in a way where drive would actually be reverse and reverse would be drive. So when somebody took off, they would back up into the boss's office or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Pretty much
possible.
what John is saying is everyone wants him on their side because he's got all kinds of these ideas in his head. Be nice to John, everybody.
No,
John, you
stop.
look great tonight.
Hey, thank you. I came posed as a temporarily unemployed musician who has a full-time job that has nothing to do with the music field. So there you go.
All right, wait. Break off here. Helena,
Yeah.
what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the costume du jour?
So today I was gonna be Scar from The Lion King, and I wanted to get like a special type of liquid to make the scar, and I couldn't find it. So since my hair was in braids and it was kind of messy, I decided I was gonna be a messed up boxer. So
Oh,
that's
cool.
what this is.
Like a Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa, but
Yeah,
like
Rocky,
in
right?
Long Beach, age 20.
Oh,
That's awesome. Hey, show everybody what you're wearing.
Yeah, it's a
Aw.
panda sweatshirt.
Mateo,
You know
show
what?
off yours.
Mr. Lopez over here.
Panda sweatshirt available online.
Pretty sure this is the only reason I'm here, so I might as well take a good look at it.
Really? Why do you say that? Why do you
No,
say
yeah, no, we got.
I'm
a
just,
lot
I
of-
don't know. I'm just ready to do whatever.
Excuse me for a minute.
Yeah, what do you want to? We're gonna
The
get
new,
to right
the new
now,
person, and I
actually.
missed. Yeah, I missed the other story and stuff, so I felt.
This is Mateo. We talked about him last week. He's Helena's best friend. It's Mr.
Right.
Lopez.
Hell yeah.
Right, that's me. It's
Yo.
it's Mr. Lopez because I teach from the same Zoom, so that's why it's
Come on.
Mr. Lopez.
Oh, you teach? What do you teach?
English,
Awesome.
To what level?
high school, 10th grade right now.
Awesome.
Oh, shit. Sophomore.
Yeah, they're
Is it-
they're little shits basically, but that's cool.
Yep,
They gotta learn. They still gotta learn.
Is it English language or literature?
Like literature, and then I have 2 reading classes, like developmental reading. So I have a lot of English language learners in that class. So that's more just like developmental, like reading lessons and grammar.
Like ESL?
No, yeah, that's what it would have been in the old days, but these are more. It's more classified now, and they're
Right.
more,
Well, I'm old, so that's why I know it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, that's my age bracket too. That's what it was when I was in high school. But I have all like there's Spanish, Vietnamese, Chinese, and a couple others that are sometimes in there.
That's
So.
all right. You know what?
Yeah.
English is important. English.
Yeah,
is-
it's cool. It's cool. It's all right. So yeah,
Cool.
I'm Elena's best friend. I do costumes with her sometimes. We hang
Yeah,
out.
we
you
were the
guys
Blues
were just
Brothers
the Blues-
yesterday. It was
Right.
so cool.
Right.
Oh, wait, I
God.
totally saw that. It was. It
They
was.
were the Blues
Yeah.
Brothers, and they even
Oh.
did the knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, that,
every
Oh, that's
detail.
Jake and Elwood.
right.
And
What
you
the-
also have a panda sweatshirt on. Will you model that for everybody?
I do. I
That
will.
is good.
Woo!
Okay.
I like
love
it. It's
that.
it's really comfy.
They are, aren't they? I have a gray one, and then I have 2 purple ones, and I wear them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're all.
I got a question,
But-
Megan? Does Panda wear a Megan sweatshirt?
No, she refused to. That wouldn't even exist.
Well,
She wouldn't let it go
Wasn't
to
hanging
print.
on, I'd call her a bitch.
You know what? I would, if there was a Megan sweatshirt, I would get one, but I would have to not wear it if Panda was around. Just 'cause I don't
Yeah,
want to.
she-
I don't want to reenact a scene in The Revenant. You know.
Yeah, I know. She'd stalk you.
Wow.
You don't want to be you don't want to be stalked by Panda. I want to
No.
be stalked by
Did
Panda.
I already ask out loud how Mateo and Helena met, or did I just think that hard in my head?
You didn't.
Okay. How did you guys meet?
We met at college like 5 years ago when I went back to school.
Cool.
I was a regular mechanic, a regular vehicle mechanic, and I worked construction for a long time. But I kind of got tired of some of the same BS that I was hearing. You know, there's weird politics in blue collar jobs, and a lot of times people don't care about like the lower level dudes that do all the work.
Mhm.
And so I just kind of got tired of that. And
Do you have any
Politics.
advice for? Do you have any advice for David of like?
no, unfortunately, it sounds like he's dealt with what he's got to deal with, and there's already actions happening. So
Mhm.
it's just how it is
I think
sometimes.
what
It's
we've
really shitty.
what we've concluded is that if there's a possible career occupation out there, it can be just shrouded with bullshit politics.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a way to escape it.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think
Hey,
it's all those
It's
There's
even
careers.
it's at my school. Like teaching is full of it too. So
Mhm.
it's less violent in teaching and less aggressive in teaching. It's more passive aggressive in teaching. Like,
Right?
I think we have a new person in here too, do we?
It looks like we do.
Is
I think
that
it's-
Steve? Steve, are you muted?
he needs the
Unmute.
T-shirt that says "You're on mute."
Unmute your video, Steve.
How's that?
Very
Yeah.
much better.
Hi,
Hi.
Steve. This is Steve, everybody. He's in Michigan.
So,
Yeah, hi.
He's here to party.
I have no idea why I'm here.
Neither do the rest of us.
And it took me 30 minutes to figure this thing out.
That's okay. You're right on time.
You did
Oh.
good.
Do you guys all want to sing "Lean on Me" together?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do I
Okay, I'll
look
go
like
get. Let me
Algebra?
go get Panda, and then we're all gonna sing "Lean on Me." So get loose and ready. Warm up vocal cords, whatever you need
You ready
to
to
do.
blood flow? Ready? Everybody? We do exercises?
Hey, I'll just start the groove, and then Panda will come in and just start leading us off in song. How about that?
Are we talking the Club Nouveau classic?
No, the Bill Withers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's the 80s Club Nouveau.
Oh, has that? Well, sorry.
The worst version ever. Can we do the Big Daddy Kane version?
What's the tempo on that? Let me try
Ready,
and
John?
dial it.
Let's go.
Here we go.
we don't know
I'm
which
just
version we're
kidding,
taking.
John.
We don't know this version.
Send it top.
Here we go. 3, 4, 1. Ba-da-ba-da.
Times in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow, but if we are wise,
Oh, wait, hold on, I got it.
we know that there's
Always tomorrow.
Lean on me.
On me.
Oh, when you're not
You're not strong.
I'll be your
Be
friend.
your friend. I'll help you carry on.
It
It won't be long.
I'm
Gonna
gonna
find no, wait,
somebody
to lean on.
come on other when we need a hand. We
We
all
don't
need
need
somebody
somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody
Somebody
to
to lean on.
Take it, everybody.
Lean
Yeah.
on me.
Can we do it again? Let's do it
When
again.
you're strong, and I'll be your friend.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'll help you carry on.
You Yes.
That's it.
bring it home.
Whoa, look at Panda with the Michael Jackson moves.
Somebody
Come on, Panda, shake it.
know. Oh, me.
Where's my lighter? I need a lighter.
Oh, call me.
There you go.
Heyo.
And we clap.
Everybody.
Well done.
That was great. Steve, I like
And let's
that.
look
I
at
like
Helena, and then we're all gonna do group exercises.
Group exercises?
Yeah,
Do I have to get up for
How's
this?
it?
but you know
How's
who's
it
gonna
looking?
lead them?
How's
Mr.
it looking
Lopez,
so
he's
far?
the teacher.
What?
Yeah, I'm really space limited, so we're gonna do real simple, in-seated, like arm movements, I guess. Right? That's a fun one. They get the blood going or something.
I like you.
All right, just work the shoulders.
All right. Forward
Praise
circle.
be to whoever you praise to,
Good fun.
and then do your yoga breaths. That's a good one too. Yoga breaths. I remember that from PE. No, I don't have it in PE. That's not PE.
I can't do anything but
And then
this.
fly like a bird. Fly like a bird.
That's all I can do.
Yeah, that's it. I'm good. Okay, good job, everybody. It's like reading class. I try to do something in reading class, and then they half attempt, and I go, all right, they tried. I'm an excellent teacher. They tried to do it.
They tried.
They
Right?
tried. I tried, Panda.
It was worth the effort.
My improv skills are not really existing at all. I don't have
Well,
those.
here, I'll show you
You
some.
give me a lesson plan. I need a lesson plan.
We can do, everybody do arms out to the side, little tiny circles forward,
Wait, like this?
little tiny circles forward.
Are we doing it? Am I doing it right?
There you go.
I don't know if I'm doing it right. I can't see me. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, extend your arms outwards,
Okay, yeah.
not forwards like you're doing right now,
Oh,
like
that's
outwards.
forwards?
I
Okay.
have
Wait,
shoulder pain.
wait, outwards? Like
Yes,
this?
like you're flying like a bird.
Oh, okay, like this.
There you go. Perfect.
Properly.
Okay, great. You doing it right now?
Okay.
Panda's got a look on her face like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go up one,
Okay.
Last thing I would want is
up
for
other one,
right
up
now.
Oh,
one,
that hurts. No, I can't
up
do it.
other one.
Oh,
There you go.
And then we're gonna do washing machine.
washing machine. I'm good with that.
That's just, I like, this is a good one. I got this one down.
Washing machine.
Because you're in a swivel chair.
Nobody asked you.
And then we're gonna do arms out to the side. And then you give yourself a big hug.
Ooh, I like hugging.
I like that one.
Say, I love you.
The best hugger.
Panda, did
I'm warm now.
did you teach
Yeah.
these exercises to Richard Simmons or Jane Fonda, or did they teach them to you? And do pandas do this
Oh,
back?
I learned from them. But
Did
I learned from the background people more than the Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons. Because the people in the background, sometimes they do their own thing. And I like that.
The low effort ones. There's low effort levels of those. That's where I belong.
If I went to a panda village,
You guys, I'm going to do a workout video and you should all be in it.
I'm
As
down.
long as I can be the low effort example, then I'm down.
No, this is a
That's
true
my
story.
job.
Somebody else could be the high energy.
Okay, I'm going to go get Megan. John, I don't know, Joe or John, you tell people what to do.
Tell people
Okay.
what to do. Well, what do you guys feel like doing?
well, Joe, do you want me to tell that story? I mean, we're in mixed company right now. Do you want me to tell that story that I told you, about that rumor that's on the internet?
Ooh, I don't know if these guys would be ready for that.
I'm gonna take the
internet
fifth on that
rumors.
one then. Yeah.
Rumors.
Just
This is-
do it. Just do it.
Rumors. I mean, it's a good it's a good rumor. I mean, it's been around.
It would put me in a very
Yeah.
unsettling light,
Yeah.
because this is
Uh-uh.
it would okay. We were
No,
talking.
now you have to see it.
No, Joe, you and I were talking about this, and you
were.
said like the preface is that I would ultimately be a damn good
I agree. You would definitely
investigative
be a damn-
detective. You
You
know,
know, I will say something about John, and that is that he will strive to find, research the details of said situation put forth in front of him.
like if there's a CSI type, you know, crime investigation
Yeah.
scene, and then, you know, the head guy in, you know, in the police, you know, whoever's in charge of
Basically,
homicide,
the
if he
FBI
says,
is- the FBI is missing out because John's not an investigator for them.
thank
And
you.
this story is evidence of that.
And if like if the head of homicide of the LAPD were investigating a scene and he said, you know what, I figured it out. It was you know, it was Mr. Smith who committed the murder, and then I took a look at the scene, I'd say, no, it was Mr. Jones. And then he'd be like, oh, that's bullshit. All the evidence points to Mr. Smith, and I'd say,
You know?
well, here's why it's Mr. Jones, and I would explain it to him.
Can we all sing another song together?
Yes, yeah, let's do that.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing
Thing going
going
on.
on. That's all I know of it, but keep going. If anybody knows it, sing it.
I don't.
Mrs.
We
Me
got-
and Mrs. Jones. We'll just do that part over and over.
Yeah, right? Because that's the only part. No, I know.
We got a thing
Yeah. Oh,
going on.
it's a great song. Man.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
That's exactly
We
it.
got
That's exactly how I remember it.
Kill it. Kill it.
Going on. I know the drumming stopped, but it didn't stop in me. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Well, we gotta hold the me. We gotta hold that for like 60
Get my own
seconds right there.
drumsticks. I'll make this continue.
Oh,
So, we have a lot of people here tonight, and I don't want anybody to feel left out. Who is feeling the most left out right now? Please say something. Don't be shy.
I'm gonna call on you if you don't speak up.
It doesn't work in my class.
You're gonna volunteer for the one who feels left out?
I support that. Go ahead, Joe. Volunteer somebody.
I volunteer. I
You can
volunteer.
even volunteer yourself if you want.
I could volunteer myself. Don't know what I would say after that. So,
I know you have to deliver.
yeah, I kind of have to deliver.
You could just take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
could,
Joe, you
But I don't want to
could.
scare everybody in this room. So.
Joe, if you take your shirt off, I mean, if I take my shirt off, Halloween couldn't get any scarier, so we don't want that. I mean, this is a family show. But if you take your shirt off, at least most of the 8.6 million viewers won't die of a heart attack.
But I really just I'm tired of like having to expose my body to get noticed.
I
know,
feel you. I
my-
know.
Valid, as we say.
It's not
valid.
about me
Valid.
on the outside. It's about me on the inside. Like,
Joe, you're preaching to the choir.
Hey, Joe,
But we
if
live
you
in a world where people want to see some skin.
if you've ever seen the movie The Revenant, there was a scene where Leo DiCaprio and a bear got into a fight to the death, and the bear was naked.
if there was naked,
And I watched that, actually, the TV, the edited for television version, and they didn't edit the bear. So I'm just saying, if a bear can do it, I think you could do it.
was
Did
it after-
you watch Panda on her interview? I think it was last week or the beginning of this week, and she had to reenact a scene from The Revenant, but she got to play Leonardo DiCaprio.
And she wasn't naked. She
Who
was
was the
wearing
bear?
her interview
Yeah.
dress.
No, so Panda's caught the acting bug.
She
So
was doing it with her mind. She was
Yeah.
doing it with her mind.
yeah, no, she got really into it though. She had a good time. The interview's on my Instagram page if anybody wants to go.
It was
see
a stellar interview. It was
yeah,
like,
Panda's. She's super bad. That was her first solo interview by herself. She did good.
It was
Hey, that
better
was
than
with
it was.
Ethan, right?
Yes, Ethan.
Ethan Hirschenvold. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
told you he's great, huh?
Yeah. No, when I
terrific.
watched it back, I thought he had a good time, but at first I don't think he knew what to expect because I was supposed to be on.
Joe,
And
Joe,
then
are
Oh.
you
Shannon showed up.
smoking? Joe, are
Say
you
that-
smoking?
I'm vaping. I'm
Joe,
vaping.
can I smoke in this show? Is this a family show?
Yeah. I mean,
Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, we
didn't
only
ask.
drop the F-bomb like every 30 seconds, but it's
Yeah,
still.
sorry.
Because I'm not
Yeah, no,
stoned enough.
whatever's-
I just want to know. Can I
It's
get
a
higher?
family show if everybody's over 25 years of age.
Mr. Lopez here is a high school teacher. Like, we have to set an example.
All right, well, I'll be right back.
You
yeah, you
know,
can do whatever you want to do.
no.
Even though
I
we
just
have
gotta
we
recommend.
we broadcast to a wide range of people. They're not
Completely
going to
legal
smell the
where I
secondhand
live.
smoke.
So
Yeah.
Everybody who watches this show is on it right now.
There you go. They'll think it came from their living room.
Well, it's 8.3 million viewers. It's 8.3. I went back up to 8.6 million this week. Okay.
Well, it really is still 8.6, but the 0.3 they went into the other room to smoke.
Right. Right. So you're good. Fire it
Yeah.
up. You know,
Perfect.
never mind the fact that it's just going to make me want to smoke a cigarette, but that's okay because this Voos cigarette right here, this vape, takes care of that for me.
What's
very-
it called, Joe?
It's called Voos. It's called a Voos, and it comes in 3 great flavors and also 3 nicotine levels: 5%, 2.6, and 1.8.
Are you sponsored by them? Is that how this
No,
works?
I'm not. but
it's
it-
trying to be. That's how you do it. You got to do it like this first,
That's how you do it.
That
and
was
they
good.
notice.
Are there different color options for the Voos? And
There
how
are
much does
different
it
color
cost? That
options as
sounds
well.
awesome.
This is the flat black version, but you can also get blue, green, bronze, rose, gold, and gold.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds amazing. And
Does
it's
it come
under
with the-
$20,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is under $20. Actually, if you buy the battery and 2 pods, there's a deal, and you can get the whole thing for $14. And
That's amazing.
It's great.
That is tits.
Do they
Yeah,
have a
well-
website? How do we find them?
You can definitely find them on the web. They also
That's
Joe,
okay.
I think the forensic team might have trouble with your level of detailedness.
Okay, so
I
we
got
have,
Megan.
yeah.
Do you remember what I mentioned to you about my my new observation of a certain type of person, the girl who can't go more than 4 seconds without reminding the room that she has a boyfriend?
Yeah, no, we're getting, John has an improv idea, but he has no chill. John will send me, and I like this because he's always thinking of things. He'll send me ideas for improv skits, or he'll tell me different voices he can do, which is how the voices during the Aldridge Report got started. So I enjoy it, but we're getting
that-
to it.
The thing that confused me earlier.
Yes,
That
yes. Steve read the Aldridge Report, or at least some of it, and was very confused by what was going on.
Don't worry.
Well, then we've done our job.
Yeah.
Who wants to explain to Steve what the Aldridge Report, and to anybody else who has no clue what the Aldridge Report is?
Hold on though, real quick though. I was confused because the names in it weren't right because it was Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, and Kurt Russell that shot people. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know what was going on.
In
Check
Ben-
all
the
3.
OK Corral, or in
Yeah.
That-
It was Russell, Elliott, and Paxton.
was there an updated version of that? Because I only remember like the one that came from like the early.
Yeah, no,
1960s.
I just emailed you the one version. But
No,
if Mark is watching, maybe check. I don't know.
Maybe it's time for you to sign in, Mark. Come join the fun.
Hey, is this on any other platform other than Zoom, or is it?
Yeah,
is
it's
it
on
Well, this
YouTube.
is live to
Oh, shit.
8.6 million people right now.
No.
Yeah, serious.
Oh,
so-
look at Helena. She
Yeah,
looks
dude.
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yo.
love.
Rocky,
Whoa.
What do y'all think?
Adrian. Adrian.
So for everyone here who doesn't know who Helena is, who didn't see last week, she has been for the past 3 years. I thought she just did it this year, but we found out for the past 3 years she does 31 days of Halloween or 31 days of October. And
Yes.
every
I have
day
a different costume every single day. It's
and
exhausting.
she's never repeated a costume.
You
That's
love
dope.
it. It's not exhausting. You love it.
I do love it, but like it's stressful because sometimes like today I had no idea what I was gonna do. I was thinking
Yeah.
like all week and I'm like, what am I gonna do on the show?
Then
Helen,
somebody
was
might
like,
call
well-
you racist for doing it too.
Oh my god, stop.
Helen, I've got a question. If you so much as have to like scratch your like the side of your eye or your nose or something,
Oh,
does
you
it
don't.
you hold
The
back?
most I can do, yeah, the most I can do is tap. Like that's it. Or else I'll mess everything up. Like I can't
Okay,
like
my
you just ignore
question's
it.
answered.
Like my nose itches so bad right now and I'm just not gonna touch it.
Do you have like
Wow.
those long what are those tooth, the combs? Hold on.
What are those things?
These things, do you have them all
Oh,
over
like
so
a
you
rat
can,
tail
like,
comb?
yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Or like I'll use like a nice bloody Q-tip and like I'll do that.
Yeah, because it's like when you bleach your hair, like it gets itchy and you can't scratch it, so you
Exactly.
have to
You
like
gotta like
poke.
you gotta
Yeah.
tap.
Nothing scratches an itch like a bloody Q-tip. Like,
Right? Isn't it the best?
I mean,
My trash can, like out of context, is the most horrific thing in the universe. Like when I did the Pulp Fiction, like when Mia Wallace OD'd and I had like the syringe, like
ow.
my trash can looked like a nightmare. Like it was terrible.
Did the garbage carting company ever like call the police on you because your garbage can looked like a biohazard bin and you're like, no, dude, I'm a makeup artist. It's cool.
It would keep people
No,
out
thank
from
God.
Oh yeah, that's
like
a great
nobody would
deterrent.
break into her house because like how they dig through your trash and stuff to like suss you out. They'd be like, stay away from that.
Leave like an exposed like waste paper basket on your front porch right outside the door. They look and see all like the blood stained tissues and paper towels. They're like, fuck this shit. We're gonna go to Mrs. Jones' place. At least she sounds like she's with Billy Paul, meeting somewhere.
I want to know, how many times have you and Mateo, Mr. Lopez, excuse me, Mr. Lopez, you're a teacher.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
You can use
respectful.
my first name. You're
Don't
not one
fail
of
me.
my students. That's totally fine. I just didn't change it
I
back.
get nervous around teachers because I was always in trouble in school.
So was I. Like yeah, it's not a big deal.
How many times has Helena gotten you to do a double costume with her? And what were they?
I think that was the first one, right?
Really?
Yeah, that was the
first
she'll do
one.
makeup on me. Like we've done makeup on me a couple times, like kind of like that, and then we did
House of a Thousand
Captain Spaulding
Corpses.
from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
That was rad. That one came out good.
That's so fun. What does it feel like when she's doing it? Do you feel the itchy thing? You know what she's talking
Yeah, I don't
about.
care for it. My eyes are really sensitive, so I freak out and like
Oh,
I don't like it that much, but I tolerate it sometimes.
yeah. Cool.
That's
Do you
a-
like Halloween?
I love Halloween. I love Halloween. Horror stuff's all my favorite. I was just talking to another friend about like ghost stories and like our people that we know that have passed away that we think are still around, kind of, fucking with us, like doing stuff to make sure that we know they're still here.
Do you have any ghost stories like that?
I mean, just my weird personal things where I think people that did the kind of things they did to me when they were here, and those same things are happening and they're not around, but the exact same stuff is happening. And it just
Like what? Like give an example.
like misplacing things that you always keep in a certain place, and like my best friend used to hide my keys all the time, and so I have a special place where I either hang my keys up or I put them on a table. And sometimes they'll just flat out disappear, and I'll look in the same exact places like 6, 7, 8 times, run around, make myself crazy, and then come back, and then there they are, like plain as day. right in the spot where they should be, and I'm like, what in the right? So just stuff like that. It's like the main
That's
thing that
funny.
happens to me. But they also just could be some old and absent-minded. But some of them are really, really crazy like that, where like I will rip my place apart looking for something and then stop, and then there it'll be like literally.
What about the
right-
time you couldn't find Lulu?
Right.
Who's
that
the
was-
Lulu?
yeah. Lulu or the other cat? Which story?
Both
I
of them.
said Lulu,
Yeah.
where she was like on the speaker.
What?
He has a black cat and she
Oh,
just
yeah.
has like these giant freaking eyes, and like he has this speaker thing and she hides in it because it's like warm and you can't see her. And he said one day he was running around his apartment trying to look
Yeah,
for
that
her and he
happened
thought
too.
she like got out.
That was just because I couldn't see
And
her.
she was just on the
Because I'm
speaker.
an idiot. That was just because I'm an idiot.
It's because your great grandma stole her. I'm just kidding.
Steve,
Oh.
how we doing
Hey.
so far?
Say what?
How we doing so far, Steve?
Oh, I'm great.
Yeah, but how are we doing?
Oh, you guys are wonderful, dude. I'm just
You
trying
like
to figure out why the
this?
hell I'm even here.
No, you're
No,
here. dude.
we're-
You are
Like, you- like,
definitely
like-
fucking here.
Like, Joe, you're the pitch man. John looks very official in his headset. Megan's the hostess with the mostest. I got a makeup artist and apparently her significant other who likes makeup. And I
No,
don't,
we are
No, we're
bestest
just
friends.
friends.
My bad.
It's very,
Whoa.
yeah. It's like we're like brother and sister. She's like somebody
Yeah.
I protect and care for.
Those are some of my favorite videos. But the point is, I still can't figure out why I'm here. I'm like, I'm nobody. What am I doing?
No.
I want to tell you all a little bit about Steve, if you're wondering why he's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Steve is the guy. Okay, when comedians go to different cities and they, need someone to pick them up from the airport or like drive them around or just show them a good time,
Find the dirty parts
Steve's
of
one
the
of the
neighborhood.
people they'll call. And so Steve hangs out with comedians all that, but he's like real cool, chill, and like he'd never, Steve's fun. Steve's
Yeah.
a fun guy. You don't want to fuck with Steve, but Steve's a fun guy.
Right. Like, there's no reason to be on Steve's bad side.
No, there's not, because he's way cool.
Right. Exactly.
Unless you want to get out of the comedy industry and never work again, then you can be on Steve's bad side.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, any comedians who need Steve's in Michigan, he's a cool dude.
Mhm.
Appreciate
Hit
it.
him up, but pay him money
I
Yeah.
mean,
to do things for you.
we'll just get stoned. Don't worry about it.
At
What
all.
I'm good at.
But
Oh,
no,
well,
Steve's into music, and you have a. Can we talk about? I don't want to talk about personal life if you don't want to talk about your personal life.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, like the college admission, that's really good news.
Oh, my daughter?
Yeah. I didn't want to
Yeah.
bring up your family if you're not.
Oh
into
no,
that.
that's fine. She's finally talking to me again, so I can be proud of her again.
Yeah,
Great.
no, that's awesome. But yeah, she
Yeah.
just got accepted to 2 out of 3 colleges. You're still waiting on the 3rd one, right?
That is correct. That is
That's
correct.
awesome. How is she like with the pandemic and stuff? Is she gonna go away? What's the plan?
She's probably gonna end up living at home. She lives about a mile away from me with her mom, and she'll probably end up going to college here in town. But she's waiting. She applied to Michigan State University, and that's the one she's waiting on. She doesn't think she'll get in, but I'm pretty sure she will.
If
So
she
that-
got into the other 2, why wouldn't she?
I mean, I don't see the difference between Central Michigan, Grand Valley State, Michigan State. I don't know, but I mean, I went to community college my entire life. So what do I know about universities?
Shit, I didn't even go to college. I don't know shit about them.
But you got a job as a pitch man, dude. You're killing the game.
Thanks,
Killing
man.
I'm just
He's
just
so
over here.
good they don't even know he works for him.
Yeah, I'm just over here Shia LaBeouf in it. You guys are.
Shia LaBeouf. I'm kind of obsessed with Shia LaBeouf because he's different,
Dude.
and I like that.
I highly suggest the Peanut Butter Falcon. It was amazing.
Awesome
Was it?
movie.
I never saw
That was
that.
a great movie. Did anybody see the new? There's another one he's got. You can find it, I think, on Amazon Video. It's called Honey Boy. He
I've
plays.
heard of that.
He plays his father because he was a child actor and his father was like a total dick, and It's an awesome movie, but check that
Cool.
out. Yeah.
It's new?
Yeah, it just came out like a year ago.
Huh. I'll check out both of them.
Yeah, they're both. I think they're both on Prime actually.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
Where all the great things are.
all the great
Amazon
things.
Prime.
We're not on there.
Well, that's because they can't afford us. That's all.
That's exactly true.
There you go.
Exactly true.
Joe, you got to sell some more Vuses.
That's it. I already sold it. John sold it, actually. I didn't even have to step in.
Hey, do you guys want to hear the Aldridge report?
Sure.
I'd like to hear it.
I would like to hear it,
Yeah.
yes.
I'd like
Okay.
someone to explain it
But
to me.
first let's tell, if no one knows what the Aldridge report is written by Mark Aldridge. He's in New York, I think asleep right now because it's 2 a.m. there. But he writes, and it's about the show that we had before, and then he adds in like this day in history stuff. Joe loves it. I love it too. We all love it.
I think it's the best thing since sliced bread myself, but
Yeah.
that's just-
Okay, so take it away, John, with the Aldridge report.
Last week on the Ding Rong Show, Joe expressed his half ironic, half inebriated, and half hostile love of the Aldrich report. When it was not read at its unusual early hour, the amazing artist Helena from Instagram's own at Helena's Face Canvas painted her hacked up lumberjack Halloween costume live on camera in front of painted everyone, and Megan revealed that she cannot execute the arm wave dance move, at least not while listening to the music she plays during the show. And my men are oil men, and we work in the field, and we get top dollar for all the work that we do. Editorial comment: if the frustrated shrug was a dance move, the author of the Aldrich report would have patented it. But Megan's moves last week came in a close second to his own continuous reaction to life, not to mention his mother's teat. Thus, it was another strong The Ding Rong Show, full of unexpressed tensions, unacknowledged fears, and dreams half remembered. Either that, or the Aldrich reporter binged all 10 episodes while he tested Bluetooth earbuds that he realized too late were connected to his housemate's Chromecast while the housemate was watching Lovecraft Country. This is Halloween week. Megan and her best friend Panda, it's their favorite week. It is appropriate that this Halloween week of 2020, a story from 2 years ago that was disproved should reacquire life on Twitter and Facebook. And what sins were you referring to? The sins of the Russian biologists claimed in 2018 that they had reanimated 2, what the fuck is that word? Nematodes, also known as roundworms, that had lain frozen in the Arctic permafrost for 40,000 years. It was a trending topic on Twitter for 2 days this week. At the time, the Russian biologist conceded that the soil sample that they'd so carefully worked on had been contaminated by current living microbes, and that the microscopic creatures they had nursed into life were common 218-era roundworms in no need of nursing beyond normal roundworm nursing, which anyone can provide, and not at all ancient zombie worms out to wreak Jurassic Park level havoc. Research for comment: the now 40,002-year-old Russian zombie worms reveal that they are now represented in Hollywood by CAA. Have a book and a script to auction, and will embark on a tour in 2021. After the novel coronavirus pandemic, see what I did there, has been brought under control. is too crazy now, one of the Russian worms told the Aldrich Report. On another note, on this day in history, the gunfight at the OK Corral, more correctly, it was the gunfight at several doors down from the OK Corral, but there is no poetry at that. It took place in 1881 in Tombstone, Arizona Territory. The local marshal, Virgil Earp, and his two brothers, Morgan and Wyatt Earp, they tried to buy my oil fields, but they were not successful, because me and my men, we work, and we work all day, and we are oil men, who were both a part of the local police force, along with a temporary officer, Doc Holliday, faced a gang that had become the bane of the Earp family's existence in Tombstone. The members of the gang called their group the Cowboys. The Cowboys involved in the shootout were Tom and Frank McLaury, Billy and Ike Clanton, and Billy Claiborne. After a 30-second shootout, Morgan and Virgil Earp had been injured, but the two McLauris and Billy Clanton were dead. They fucking died. Not alive. That's Halloween for you. The two 40,000-year-old zombie worms were witnesses to the whole affair. The three bodies, minus the zombie worms, were put on display in glass coffins in the local funeral parlor to establish once and for all that Tombstone had an effective law force and that shenanigans would not be tolerated, but huckleberries would be. Is that not what you find in your never mind. The story did not attract much attention outside Tombstone until decades later, when Wyatt Earp started to tour the country as a relic of what was already known as the Old West and the Wild West, and he told the tale. It usually took him longer than 30 seconds. His onstage remembrance seemed to reinforce, in its one brief burst of gunfire, every image, both positive and negative, associated with the old Wild West. Books, movies, and a daily reenactment for tourists in Tombstone had followed. A correction to an item shared earlier. The zombie worms are not represented by CAA. They do have a screenplay, but who doesn't? This was the Aldrich Report for October 26, 2020, the Pandaween episode. Here comes the rest of the Ding Rong Show, starring Panda, who hates Mark Aldrich but hates zombie worms more, and her partners in Pandemonium, featuring the talented and beautiful Megan Jenkins. This is Daniel Day-Lewis, i.e. Daniel Fairview, signing off.
I 1000% thought you were doing Walter Cronkite.
Really?
Yeah, because of the pacing. I'm Walter Cronkite.
We'll
or
work on that.
Charles Kuralt. Either
Or
I
Charles
decide,
Kuralt.
but I was wrong.
I could have been Patrick Stewart, too.
Do a little Patrick Stewart. Or don't.
It's not that. It's not that we want to do anything to you. We just want you out.
That sounds the same.
It does. He was like Shakespearean. I was doing that he did a movie called Green Room where he played this crazy skinhead owner of a nightclub that wanted to kill the band that was playing there. And then when they had them trapped in a room, he was like, if you just come out now, we will give you your money and no questions asked. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, you know what, Megan? What we have to do is I have to have an online meeting with Mr. Aldrich, and we have to construct an Aldrich report that's specific for the different voices. We should celebrate. It should be like on a
Do you have his email?
I do. We have connected on Facebook.
Okay, email him about it.
I shall.
I'm excited to see what you come up with.
Oh, me too.
Facebook. That's for old people, right? The Facebook.
That's
The Facebook.
It used to be called that.
Are you
Yeah.
on Facebook? What about the MySpace?
That's for real old.
Or can I just send you a what do they call that? The fucking-
Telegram.
No. It's,
Fax? Can you fax them?
Yeah.
Helena, how's your
You're
your
right,
makeup?
Telegram.
How's Helena going?
I
Doing.
think I'm done. Do y'all want to watch me scrape this crap off my face?
Wait, hold on.
I like on
There
your
it is.
cheek on this one. It looks it looks like, you know, when you skid on the sidewalk and your skin
Yeah.
starts peeling off.
Mm.
That looks good.
Thank you. So
All of
okay,
it looks
this-
really good. The bruise is really good.
She just wants to take it off, like she can't
I
wait. to-
do.
I
No,
know,
it
it's probably
like it
itching
gets
her, so-
irritating. Yeah,
It's itching like a
Stuff.
motherfucker. You don't have any more bloody Q-tips?
I do have more bloody
Yeah,
Q-tips.
it's
But
that.
like
Don't destroy
this
the art
stuff is
quite
like
yet.
Play-Doh for your face. I made it out of flour and Vaseline
Okay.
called
Oh.
Scar Wax. And like it doesn't dry, so it's itchy, but if I itch it, it's gonna mess everything up. So I really want to take it off. Because like and it looks
You should-
really, really cool when I do
Scratch
take it off
it.
because
Oh,
it looks
okay.
like
Oh.
that.
wow. That's even scarier.
Oh,
It's fun.
cut that off my head. I wish I could just cut my road rash. Like, I wish I could cut my abrasives off like that. You know?
It's wild.
His.
It's super
Right.
fun, and when I do that, people freak out, and I love it. I love it when people are like, "Oh my god, you're so gross." I'm like, "Thank you. It's such a good compliment."
Oh, see? Yeah.
Awesome. Well, did you guys have a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Would
Yeah,
anybody
absolutely.
would anyone want to come back on?
I just wanted to say thank you. A lot of people haven't heard the full story or what happened, so it's hard to explain it. Like I give people bits and pieces of it, so it's good to just let it out. And then, I mean, hopefully, I won't have to go through that again.
Hopefully not. Yeah, no, I'm really glad you came on and you told your
Thank you.
story because I was interested in it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So
I was definitely.
you.
thank you for sharing that.
And I'll again post that video on like my social for like how I'm discussing it with the kids, and they're explaining it to me what they saw.
Mhm.
And
This is still an ongoing thing, right? I mean, this is still evolving, isn't it?
it died down. Everything died down. Like
Oh, okay.
I don't feel that. Or put it no. You know what? I can't sleep without my lights on.
Okay.
Like a fucking
Like
kid.
full on or just like a night light?
Like a fucking kid. Like I have a flashlight, and I'll have like the TV on. I can't sleep with it off.
Wow.
This is definitely still evolving. Yeah.
I hope not.
I,
But,
you know,
Yeah, don't scare him, Joe.
he scared me. He scared me.
I mean, it sounds like psychotic and like I had a episode psychosis, but I mean
All the way up until the point where the kids start seeing it too.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, if I would have saw, I'm like, fuck, I need help. But they said they were the one that were there. They were talking to me. They were the ones telling me.
Yeah, because you didn't bring it up to them.
Well, no, I didn't bring it up. I'm like, I ain't saying nothing to anybody. And then when they were scared and said, Dad, there was like a creature watching me, and I'm like, what? Like, oh fuck! And everything came together. I started reading. I was reading a lot at the time, and there was like this book, and it had like the picture of this creature, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's it. That's it right there. Like it looks exactly like it had the grin.
Do you
Um,
want to describe what it looks like, or it's kind
Yeah.
of?
Have you seen? It's on Netflix. There's a series called Death Note.
I haven't seen it, but maybe somebody here has.
It's on there. It's a pretty big actor that I forget his name. Always William Dafoe. So he does the voice of it, but the creature itself looks exactly like that, but a shadow.
That's pretty creepy.
It's really creepy. I haven't seen the show, but just the description of it just is creepy.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll post that just so you could see me talking with them, and they're like, Dad, like this is what happened, and I'm like, whoa, like I saw the same shit. Like this don't make sense.
Can I tell you something? I don't know if this will make it like better or worse, but when I was like 22, 23, I was coming home from just being at a friend's house, and it's a 2-story house that I live in. And so I look up, you know, you walk in the front door, and then there's the stairway up, and then you can see there's like the open bars for the stairway at the top, so it's not blocked. But I look at the, you know, up in the hallway, and there's standing a kind of like what you described, the shadow, William Dafoe looking thing. It had, you know, it was definitely like, I'm getting chills right now, but it was definitely like a man, shadow, full, standing there, but it was off the ground about this much. I'm totally, in my head, I'm like thinking I'm going nuts too, by the way, as I'm seeing this. The eyes were sunken out shadows, like just holes, but it was definitely, and it was just staring at me. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't go upstairs for like 2 weeks, but yeah, no, the lights on, everything the same thing. But I was like, please leave me alone, whatever you're doing. I'm like talking to it. And, you know, I still like, I've always like felt things and like seen and heard things, and like, but you know, people think I'm crazy, but like I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I know people who say I'm not crazy or crazy, but they're not.
The way I view crazy is like if you're not harming anybody or if you're not harming yourself, like they're all valid thoughts. Whatever thought you have is valid. But
Right.
if you're hurting somebody or you're hurting yourself, that's crazy.
Right.
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 So,
that's a good, yeah. But yeah, so I get it. I don't have like a solid answer of what's going on or what to do, but I believe you, and I can tell you that I definitely believe you.
And I think it has something to do with how that girl and her son, like it was horrible. Like they posted his death on Instagram.
How did he die?
A hit and run.
They never found the driver, of course, right?
No, they ended up finding one of the drivers.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't he want to like haunt the driver's house instead of your house? Why was it at your house that you would
I think maybe like he saw like how hurt I was, because like I was crushed, man. I was crushed. Like I freaking, like I said, like you know how you have your first like crush, and like you get your heart broken, you got like that thing in your throat, and you're fucking like, oh my god, my heart, you know. Like I was having one of those. I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like it was a horrible feeling. So maybe he was just like, I'm gonna scare him, and then maybe he'll feel better.
That's interesting.
Maybe he was trying to tell you something.
Man.
But she was the one that had brought it up that she was asleep and something was like watching her, and she didn't want to look. And then that's pretty much in between that time frame when all that started happening.
I wonder why we all feel the same. Like, you know, you don't want to look when you see that kind of stuff, right? Like what is it really that's so scary? Because I mean, there's rocks being thrown, I guess, maybe, but this doesn't really seem violent to me. Like, what is it about that? It makes us
Yeah.
all fear it so much.
You know what? I've heard a psychic thing on a podcast one time, and they were talking about like when a spirit does something, makes a sound, and then or knocks on a door, and if you knock back, you've basically signed a contract that you're willing to communicate with them, and then so that'll turn into maybe the rattling of like a chandelier or something like that. So there's like a lot of ways that it would communicate with you, and which is why the first sign of like some kind of spirit isn't like a full blown the whole house is shaking and it's an earthquake and and everything's falling apart. It's like something very subtle that just builds on a crescendo to something more. And I don't understand, obviously I know very little about the spiritual world, but I don't understand why there can't be like a verbal communication, why it has to be a lot of vibrations and shaking of objects in order for one to respond.
No,
But
they do communicate verbally sometimes.
well, you know
They
what?
can.
Look,
I
you're
mean,
right.
it takes,
Verbally.
it's
You
like energy to do stuff. Like there's a lot of electrical stuff that'll happen. It's usually because electrical is the easiest, it's all electricity. But I mean, I've definitely heard things.
Well, the Comedy Store, there's a lot of history there with haunted spirits and
Yeah, you know what was interesting? Because I didn't like see anyone there, but like, I mean, I saw people, but not like a spirit. But I felt, because I feel things more. So it's like I can feel if someone's next to me or talking to me and what, like, I don't know. Anyway, everybody should know I'm an only child and I've like only ever spent a lot of time by myself. So it's not like I'm just losing my mind. It's that I just don't have a lot of chatter around me. So it's like, where'd that thought come from? That wasn't me. You know what I mean? And like, if I follow through on it, like things will work out. Like, like whatever I do, whatever. I'm sounding like a lunatic right now, but who cares? I don't, clearly. But at Comedy Store, what I would feel, it's almost like you feel a group of, like if you guys were all there with me, but like I can't see you, but you can feel the energy of the people around you. Like that's, like I'll feel that a lot. Like there's rarely, I don't feel alone a lot. But I like it. I'm fine with it.
you were always
You're all
really
staring at me
settled
like,
with
oh my
it.
God.
Scary. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just in close to closing reminded me of a good joke, but here goes. When the boogeyman,
You didn't like my
I loved it.
you didn't like what the host of the show had to say about all of that. Nothing to say, just straight into a joke.
Well, I know what you had said before. Maybe it was selfish for me to not comment on it further, but that's heavy stuff, Meg.
You're just mad I didn't know who your voice was.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be holding that grudge until like at least the next 6 or 7 minutes.
All right.
So
Well,
here we go.
everybody,
Yeah.
we are. Who has any last words of wisdom or advice to give or anything exciting to say? Now's your chance.
When the
Mateo
boogie,
gave me a tent for my bed for my birthday, and it's awesome.
Yo,
Who has this? No one. I do. It's amazing and it's beautiful, and I put lights in it, and it's awesome. It's the
dope.
best thing on the whole
Can we
planet.
see the inside of that? That is
I can
amazing.
try.
I'm
Hold on.
super jealous right now.
Let me get the lights.
oh, sick.
It's like, it's the coolest thing. Like, can you see the lights?
What? That's dope.
Right? Isn't it like super rad?
That's
Are you
right.
gonna sleep in there?
Sorry.
tonight?
Yeah, I slept in there last night. It was amazing.
That is so
It's super
cool.
fun. And it's the best birthday present I've ever received, so I have to brag about it.
You just pop it over your bed.
Yeah, it's like a total pain in the ass to get set up, but once it got set up, like it was rad.
Super worth it.
My
No,
mattress
that's
is
cool.
like inside of it. Like it was a nightmare, but I did it and it's great.
I love that.
Thank
I
you,
love
buddy.
that. What are those called? Bed tents? What are they called?
Yeah, it's a bed tent. Like you just look up bed tent, or like sometimes they're sold as like anxiety relievers or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can find them
No.
in medical supply. Yeah.
It's exactly why I need it. It's great.
Yeah.
You know who needs
That's good
that?
too.
David.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That it's cool.
Dave could feel
Yeah.
safe too. Fuck, keep the eyes off him.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, like we said, Amazon Prime's got everything.
How much are those? Is that a? I know it was a gift. You don't have to say.
It's they're affordable.
Okay, that was a good
It's
answer.
not, it's
I
not
love
outrageous. Yeah, it's not outrageous.
that. Okay, cool.
that's a great way.
Awesome. You're a good gift giver.
I'm pretty good at giving gifts. I am.
That's
I'm
pretty good, yeah.
intuitive.
Do you?
My
Why
birthday's
is that?
in July.
Well,
Have you always been?
too for a while, but I pay attention when people are thinking that nobody's paying attention. You just listen. Like it's really all about listening. Like I have to teach, so I got to really be good at listening and like turning bad answers into good answers. So it's just taking ideas and trying to develop them even more.
That's cool.
I don't know.
That's
That's
cool.
not it.
Oh wow. How come there aren't more people like you in the world?
Mm.
Well, we haven't gotten to
they're-
the point
we're
where we
all-
all have birthdays, so Megan, don't talk too soon.
Oh. Well, now I'm excited. I don't know what to do because I feel awkward about, But
That's your
thank you.
excited
People
face?
say what?
That was your excited face because it hasn't
Yeah,
changed.
no, because I feel like whenever people are like, I'm gonna give you something, I literally don't know what to do. I appreciate it so much, but I just don't I feel like, thank you so much, I deserve it. Like I'm not like that. And so I feel, I don't know.
I think we all deserve to be given gifts at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you
Even
gotta
if
be
it's
open to
not your
gifts.
birthday.
What does
Yeah.
everybody want? Put out your wish list right now. Your dream, wish list, everybody.
I want a
Oh,
dog.
my driver's license.
Okay, wait. Helena wants a dog, and then who said something else?
Oh, I want my driver's license.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Been there. I've been there.
Lessons learned.
I want a house. I'm saving for a house.
That's a great
Tired of
one.
apartments.
It's a good one.
Nice.
Dave,
Do you have you been looking?
No, I don't have enough money to even bother looking yet, but I'm saving the
Okay.
money. I'm doing it.
I want a raise for our educators. That's what I want.
Yeah, we're
Hell
best
yeah.
friend, buddy. You're my new best friend.
You're not
Hey,
in
what
his
the
class.
hell?
Here's the thing, dude. Like, if you don't compensate the people that are teaching, the young minds to do better, like, what the fuck? Like, we have to drive our evolution as a society, and that's how you do it. Like, I have to motivate you to do a better job. Yeah,
It's true. It's
He's
true.
probably doing a
all
really
true.
good job.
he is already. Like, and there's something to be said for that already, because he's just taking it upon himself out of the goodness of his heart to just impart wisdom on young people and get them to think creatively and explode on the world and change the place.
I'm gonna
Right.
use that tomorrow. I'm gonna use explode on the world with them tomorrow. And see
Explode
what
on the world, baby.
That's it.
That's it. Like, that's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be. If I
I
contributed
got
to
the perfect
that,
ending.
I'm happy now.
The
Oh.
perfect ending to this show. Ready?
Oh, we're
Everybody
singing.
put their hands in.
Put my hand in.
Yeah.
My hand's in. Can you see my hand?
Yeah.
All right, good.
What did he say? Explode on the world? What did you say? Perfect.
Explode on the world.
Okay. On 3, explode on the world. 1, 2, 3. Explode on the
Explode on the
world.
world.
Head on the world.